SAFI's onboarding non-negotiables and simple rules were created by a group of professionals from different divisions throughout the company. These professionals are known for their outstanding approach to onboarding and are called the onboarding torchbearers. Resources such as binders, schedules, and checklists are essential to creating an experience where our team members feel welcomed and valuable to SAFI's mission. The onboarding torchbearers have created these tools for several of the operational roles within SAFI. The basic design of these resources incorporate the non-negotiables you'll see in a minute, but they're flexible enough for you to update for your specific team. The non-negotiables include a balance of face-to-face and computer-based training. Many courses have been re-engineered to be a blend of online and face-to-face training, complete with discussion guides or talking points for the supervisor or trainer. Each new hire will have a binder or journal that they'll keep. The resources for these binders are actually located on the SCW, and I'll show you those in just a moment. We scale the tools to the individual needs of the new hire. Onboarding is not the same for everyone. These resources are based on career as well as experience level of our new team members. Pre-planning with the entire team. This is extremely important when bringing on a new hire. We like to think that bringing on a new hire is similar to how a family would prepare for the arrival of a new baby. Everybody is involved. Again, I'll show you how this works with the schedule and checklist hybrids that the onboarding torchbearers created. Supervisors must be present on the first day. This is extremely important in setting up the expectation that the new hire is a valuable member of the team. Without the supervisor there, it's just not going to make the new hire feel like they're that important. Shadow each position in the division or the department. This helps the new hire gain an understanding of the big picture of what our goals are as a division or department, and how our work as the new hire impacts the work of my coworkers, and together we can help achieve the mission. By using these resources as they're designed, we will more than meet the simple rules for the new way of onboarding here at SAFI. Now let's take a moment to look at some of these resources. You'll find all the resources we spoke about for the binders and schedules and checklist on the SCW under Human Resources, Onboarding, So under the Case Coordinator folder, you'll find several different resources, including clinical resources, crisis and safety planning, and checklist. Now, what we're going to look at first is the binder content. So the binder content tells us what is included in the binder, and the binder, like I said, is a virtual binder. You're welcome to print this information out if you like, but it's not required. And some of the information we have on here is specific for different divisions and states. For example, the intake information. Every state is a little bit different on how they handle intake. So we've placed it in here because we know that it's important to onboard a new case coordinator on this particular topic, but that's where each of the supervisors would put their information in specifically. And you'll find the on-call section and various other sections are set up that way as well. But for the most part, there's information out here. Under clinical resources, for example, you'll find PDF versions of several of the items that coordinators will be using. You'll also find information under the crisis and safety planning area. So take a look out here, and as you're preparing for your new hire, see what's out here so that you'll know what to put together for your new hire. And you can also leverage their experience to figure out what they may be able to use more than other things. Let's talk a little bit more about this scheduled checklist. So each of the positions that we have out here on the SEW currently has a full schedule and checklist. And what you're going to notice here is that we've really combined these together, where there's information that's specific for the office, setting up email and all of this. The idea is that multiple people will be responsible. So it's not necessarily the supervisor's responsibility. It could be shared by other members of the team who may have access to that information. And as we scroll down a little bit further, you'll see for the case coordinator, for example, we have various departments or members of the team that each of the case coordinators will be meeting with. This can all be scheduled before the case coordinator even comes to the office. That way you can build that first week's schedule more effectively. But this is just a tool to help supervisors and hiring managers map all of it out, because onboarding is quite an extensive process, and the process lasts up to, for the first 12 months of a person's time here. Now, not all of this information may be applicable. You may have additional information for your division. Feel free to add it. This is all editable. We just wanted you to have this information as a basis to start with. You'll also find other samples that the onboarding torchbearers had put together for this particular career field. One other item of note that I didn't mention during the slide presentation was the scavenger hunt. This is actually it was a really popular tool amongst the onboarding torchbearers, and it was developed by our Colorado team for individuals to use to just get to know the resources within their local community. And it's fairly easy to do. It's just a matter of updating this particular sample with things that may be applicable to your division or state, and have your folks go through and reach out to these resources, find out their names, how long they've been an agency, who they serve, and all of that information. So it's a really great tool to have. New hires can do it to get to know the community, but it may be an exercise to have the entire group be part of, to do a team-wide scavenger hunt. So take advantage of that tool that's out there. As always, if you have other ideas of things we could do to make this more effective, feel free to let the organizational development and research team know, and we'll work with our onboarding torchbearers to see if we can make that a reality.